What if understanding yourself isn't about what you do, but how your mind processes the world? Carl Jung believed that beneath our behaviors lies a powerful system of psychological functions, shaping every thought and feeling. His theory of personality isn't about fitting into boxes, but about unveiling the hidden patterns that make you uniquely you. At the core of his model are four key functions: thinking, feeling, sensation, and intuition, each a fundamental way we relate to reality. These functions are how you perceive and judge the world, and they're not equally weighted in everyone. Thinking and feeling are decision-making functions, while sensation and intuition handle perception. Jung argued that although we use all four, one usually dominates and colors our experience. If you're a thinking type, logic drives you. If you're a feeling type, emotions and values guide you. Sensation types rely on concrete details, and intuitive types trust gut feelings and possibilities. But personality isn't just about what function you prefer, it's also about where your energy goes. Jung introduced the concepts of introversion and extraversion to explain this. Contrary to common use, these aren't about being shy or outgoing. Instead, introverts direct energy inward, toward ideas and reflections, while extroverts focus outward on people and events. Each of the four functions can be expressed in either attitude, creating 8 unique personality types, such as an introverted thinker or an extroverted feeler. Why does Jung's model remain relevant in today's fast-paced world? Because despite technology and social change, humans still wrestle with understanding themselves and others. We struggle with why people act differently, why we get misunderstood, and why certain decisions feel natural or forced. Jung's framework gives us a language for these invisible differences, allowing us to accept and appreciate diverse ways of thinking and feeling. The real power of Jung's theory lies not just in labeling your dominant function, but in striving for wholeness. Jung believed in individuation, the process of integrating all parts of your psyche. Your dominant function is your strength, but developing your weaker functions, those less natural to you, creates balance and psychological growth. Becoming aware of these inner dynamics offers a path to greater self-awareness, improved relationships, and a deeper sense of purpose. Knowing where you start is just the beginning of a lifelong journey to truly understand who you are. Have you ever wondered why some people make decisions based purely on logic, while others are guided by their emotions? Carl Jung's model helps us understand these differences through 2 opposing but complementary functions: thinking and feeling. Both are essential ways of making judgments, but they operate on very different principles. Understanding these types can unlock why people prioritize facts over feelings or harmony over analysis. Thinking types rely on objective logic and clear reasoning to evaluate situations. They strive for consistency, clarity, and fairness, often stepping back to analyze facts without personal bias. When a thinking personality approaches a problem, they seek universal principles and solutions that hold true regardless of individual opinions. This preference makes them excellent problem solvers, strategists, and planners. But their challenge can be a tendency to overlook emotional nuances, sometimes appearing detached or overly critical. In contrast, feeling types prioritize values and interpersonal harmony in their decision-making. Feelers assess situations based on what feels right, focusing on empathy, compassion, and the impact of decisions on people. Their judgments are deeply personal and situational, often seeking to maintain balance and avoid conflict. Because of this, feeling personalities excel in roles requiring diplomacy, nurturing, and emotional intelligence. However, their decisions may sometimes seem subjective or inconsistent to more logic-driven types. Both thinking and feeling functions express themselves differently depending on whether they are introverted or extroverted. An extroverted thinker applies logic to the outside world, organizing external systems, structures, and facts. Meanwhile, an introverted thinker focuses on internal concepts and ideas, valuing personal frameworks of understanding. Similarly, extroverted feelers are concerned with social values and the feelings of those around them, while introverted feelers have a rich internal world of deeply held personal values that might not always be visible to others. Recognizing whether you lean toward thinking or feeling and whether your orientation is introverted or extroverted can dramatically improve how you understand yourself and relate to others. For example, misunderstandings often arise when a thinking type unintentionally dismisses the feelings of a feeling type, or when a feeling type interprets a thinker's rationality as coldness. By appreciating these differences as natural rather than flawed, you can communicate more effectively and build stronger relationships. Embracing the strengths and challenges of your type opens the door to greater self-awareness and personal growth. Have you ever noticed how some people live fully in the present moment, focused on facts and details, while others seem lost in possibilities and future visions? This difference lies at the heart of Jung's sensation and intuition functions two distinct ways of gathering information from the world. Understanding these perception styles reveals why people experience reality so differently and helps explain the diverse ways we interact with life. Sensation types trust their five senses and focus on concrete, tangible details. They notice the colors, sounds, textures, and facts that make up their immediate environment. These individuals excel at practical tasks, remembering specifics, and responding to what is real and present. Sensation can be extroverted, where the person is fully engaged with the external world and its sensory input, or introverted, where sensory impressions are filtered and interpreted internally, often as vivid memories or sensations. Sensation types tend to be grounded, realistic, and reliable. By contrast, intuition types focus less on the here and now and more on patterns, meanings, and future possibilities. Intuitives see beyond what is immediately visible, reading between the lines and detecting hidden connections. They enjoy exploring abstract ideas, symbols, and theories, often imagining what could be rather than what simply is. Extroverted intuitives seek novel ideas in the external world, constantly scanning for new trends and opportunities. Introverted intuitives dive deep into internal images and insights, building complex inner worlds of meaning. Both sensation and intuition have unique strengths and blind spots. Sensation types can sometimes get stuck in routine or miss the bigger picture, while intuitives might overlook practical details or become lost in abstract speculation. Neither perception style is better or worse, each contributes essential perspectives. The sensation type anchors us in reality. The intuitive type pushes us toward innovation and creativity. Recognizing your primary mode of perception helps you balance practical needs with visionary insights. The way sensation and intuition interact with your attitude, introversion or extraversion, adds further nuance to your personality. An extroverted sensor is deeply tuned to their environment, noticing every detail with vivid clarity. An introverted sensor filters sensory input through subjective impressions, sometimes recalling sensations as emotional memories. Similarly, extroverted intuitives are idea generators and trend spotters, while introverted intuitives focus on profound, often solitary insights that can shape their worldview. Understanding your perception type doesn't just clarify how you experience the world, it transforms how you approach life's challenges and opportunities. When you embrace your natural way of perceiving, you unlock greater confidence and creativity. Moreover, appreciating the other perception style in yourself and others fosters empathy and cooperation. In the next chapter, we'll explore how these four functions come together on the journey toward becoming your most authentic self. What if the key to true fulfillment lies not in fitting into one personality mold, but in embracing the full complexity of your psyche? Carl Jung believed that psychological health and wholeness come from a process he called individuation, the integration of all four personality functions: thinking, feeling, sensation, and intuition, alongside the attitudes of introversion and extraversion. Rather than confining yourself to a single dominant function, individuation invites you to expand your awareness, allowing all parts of your personality to coexist in harmony. This journey towards self-integration is the heart of becoming your authentic self. Most people live primarily through their dominant function, often unaware of the rich, untapped potential within their other functions. When you rely heavily on just one or two functions, you risk becoming one-dimensional. For example, a dominant thinker may prize logic and objectivity but struggle with empathy or emotional expression, which can lead to misunderstandings or feelings of isolation. Conversely, a dominant feeler may prioritize harmony and values, but overlook the importance of clear, detached analysis. Sensation-dominant types may excel at living in the moment, but resist planning or abstract thinking, while intuitive types can be visionary but disconnected from practical realities. Jung saw these imbalances as sources of inattention and conflict. The process of individuation involves consciously recognizing and developing your less dominant functions. This doesn't mean abandoning your strengths, but rather expanding your psychological toolkit. When you cultivate your weaker functions, you gain new perspectives and skills, becoming more adaptable to life's unpredictable challenges. For instance, an intuitive who hones their sensation function learns to ground ideas in reality, improving follow-through. A thinker who nurtures their feeling side becomes more empathetic and socially aware. Jung believed this balanced integration was essential to mental health and personal growth. But achieving this integration isn't easy. It requires intentional effort, self-awareness, and courage. It means facing parts of yourself that may be uncomfortable or unfamiliar. For example, a person who identifies as extroverted might need to spend more time in reflection and solitude to develop their introverted side. Similarly, someone who lives in the world of facts and details may have to stretch into imagination and abstract thinking. This expansion often feels awkward at first, because it challenges our ingrained habits and worldview. Yet, it is precisely this discomfort that signals growth. How can you begin this journey of integration in your daily life? Start with honest self-reflection. Pay attention to which functions you use naturally and where you feel resistance. Journaling about your decisions, reactions, and emotions can reveal patterns. Therapy or counseling provides a supportive space for exploring these inner dynamics. Meditation and mindfulness practices increase your awareness of unconscious biases and habitual responses. You can also seek out experiences or relationships that challenge your comfort zone and encourage new ways of thinking or feeling. Another powerful way to promote individuation is through meaningful relationships. Connecting with people whose personality functions differ from yours exposes you to alternative perspectives and approaches. For instance, a thinking dominant person can learn emotional intelligence from a feeling dominant friend, while a sensation type might gain visionary insights from an intuitive partner. These interactions act as mirrors and catalysts, revealing blind spots and inspiring growth. Jung believed that the tension between opposites within ourselves and in our relationships is the spark of transformation. Individuation also involves accepting your contradictions and complexities rather than trying to simplify or deny them. Human beings are not neat, consistent packages, but multifaceted, sometimes contradictory creatures. You might be organized and spontaneous, logical and emotional, outgoing and introspective all at once. Instead of resisting this complexity, Jung encourages embracing it as essential to authenticity. This acceptance brings freedom from the pressure to fit social roles or internal expectations, allowing you to live more fully as yourself. Why does this integration matter so much? Because it leads to psychological balance and resilience. When your functions and attitudes are aligned, you experience less internal conflict and greater inner peace. You become less reactive, more intentional, and more capable of navigating life's complexities. This balanced psyche supports better decision-making, healthier relationships, and deeper creativity. It's a source of strength in times of stress and uncertainty. Ultimately, Jung's concept of integration is a lifelong process, not a destination. Individuation unfolds gradually as you grow, change, and encounter new challenges. At each stage, you might focus on different functions or attitudes, revisiting and refining your balance. The journey is unique to you, shaped by your experiences and choices. What remains constant is the invitation to become more conscious of yourself, to step beyond automatic patterns, and to cultivate your full potential. In the end, understanding and integrating your personality types is the foundation for authentic living. It offers a map to explore the depths of your psyche and a compass to guide your growth. By embracing all parts of yourself, you unlock greater self-knowledge, compassion, and freedom. You begin to see that who you really are isn't a fixed label, but a rich, evolving tapestry. Jung's model is not just a psychological theory, it's a call to embark on the most important journey of all, becoming your true self.